All right, so today we're going to run some CAT5 cable to the garage that we're building. Let me explain a little bit about how we're gonna do that. I've actually got fiber coming into the house. When they built the house, they gave me coaxial cables and also a CAT5. Because the fiber is faster, I've got the fiber going in directly to a mesh system. And then I still have CAT5 run throughout the house. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a CAT5 cable, run it out of the mesh, which connects directly to the fiber coming in, and then I'm gonna send that up to where all those wires come together. That's gonna go into a switch, which is gonna send it out everywhere else, including this cable right here. So what I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna mount a box here, but then we need to go underground out into the garage. If we look over here, while I was putting the concrete in for the garage, I actually ran some conduit from here over underneath the concrete right here. Now I ran some good sized stuff, like 2-inch stuff. So what I'm going to do is put a box on that wall, use small conduit coming over here, run that out to the garage, have that waiting. So then what I can do is actually put in an exterior outside mesh router, which will kind of cover this whole area out here much easier and give me internet wherever I need it. So one other thing too is we do use internet for the cameras and security system and different things we have. So we want to make sure we have as good a coverage as possible. And it's important really to make sure that you have this connectivity now pretty much everywhere, which is kind of crazy, but that's the way it rolls. So come along with us today. Now your project may not be exactly like this, but this will hopefully give you some good ideas on how you may do yours in the future. So I bought this plastic junction box for outside off of Amazon. I would have liked to have gotten one like the one that the fiber company brought, but you can't really find those. A little door that you can actually open. This one has to screw and unscrew. It's got these little knockouts here, but they're, you know, because it's plastic, I don't want to break it, so I'm kind of just using my knife. Well, I'm going to go around the edge and kind of get that to knock that out. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my little piece and make sure it fits to go to my conduit so I can secure it into the box. All right, so I got this little piece to connect my conduit through here, but guess what I forgot to get? I forgot to get the stupid nut that goes on there. So not a big deal, I can actually have it in there now, and then I'll put the nut on before I connect everything up. But don't forget all the parts when you go to the store. So the next thing I'm going to do to my box, because these already come out directly out of the wall, I'm going to drill a larger hole in the back here. Eventually I'll put silicone around as well. But then after I drill this hole, I'm going to pre-drill the areas where I'm going to screw it into the wall. Because it's plastic and it's a little bit chilly out today, I just don't want it to crack when I do that stuff. So first thing I'm going to do, again, put the hole here, and then I'm going to pre-drill the areas for my screws to mount this to the wall. With the CAT5 cable that we've purchased, we're going to try to run the cable now through this hole up into where the garage will be. So what we're going to do that is we're actually going to use the CAT5 cable and a Walmart bag. We're going to tape that onto the CAT5 cable. Then we're going to use a shop vac and see if we can suck this through. So my internet guy, he's the one that recommended this. Apparently the bag creates enough like space filled in the pipe to create a vacuum, and you're able to suck it through. Originally I was going to go from this up into the garage, but I think because the majority of the cable I need is in the garage anyway, I'm actually going to go down through the garage out here. So I do need to clear a little bit more dirt out there because I don't want to be just sucking up a bunch of dirt with my shop vac. What you're going to have to do is, will just show me going down here with this, like this.
Turn it on.
Yep. I'm going to use a smaller conduit to bring myself over, so what I'm going to do is just kind of get a rough estimate of a length. I've just kind of pushed this corner on here just temporarily. I'll pull that back off in just a second, and then I'll use my cutter to cut this to the right length. And then basically what we'll do is we'll continue on with coming down through around the stuff into the conduit where the other piece came from. So for this line, we're just fishing it through manually, and then we're going to push it all the way up till it comes out into the box. So where this small pipe goes into this big pipe, I'm just going to tape this up. I'm going to put a little piece of little insulation in there just to keep the dirt out of it. But basically, the only reason we needed that line in the conduit is just so it doesn't get stepped on and cracked and different things like that. So it's not like it's a crucial piece to have these, you know, like if it was different, if it needed to be watertight or something like that, I would use an actual adapter for this, but for this I'm just going to stick that in there and put a little bit of duct tape around there and we'll be good. Part of the wiring came with coaxial cable, so what I'm going to do is, I don't think I'm ever going to use them because I'm really probably never going to have satellite TV. So, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them. I've coiled them up to a certain amount, and then what I'm going to do is take some black electrical tape, tape it up, leave it inside the box just in case there ever was a need to have it. You never say never, because about the time you do, then you find out some new technology that uses something old, and then you got to have it. So we're going to make sure we just have that option if we need it. So I'm coiling up the other cables right now. I've got to put the ends on eventually and get these connected, but right now, for today, we're going to be done with this. I'm going to put the cover on the box. That way we're good, we're sealed up, and we're ready to go for the next part of the project. I'm going to put the cover on the box. One thing to remember about the screws in the top of this box, do one, and then grab your others, because they will fall out on the ground, and you will never find them. Now that we've got everything taken care of on that side, we're going to go ahead and tape up over this hole. We're going to put the cable in a bag because I'm waiting on the garage to be brought in, and it's coming out of North Carolina. Of course, the hurricane has caused a lot of delays up there, so I can't get it right away. So I'm going to bag this up to make sure it stays good. So this project was pretty easy. The next step in the next project that we'll do is connecting the ends on all the CAT5 cables and the boxes inside the house, then powering this CAT5 cable here, which will eventually go to the garage. So if you're interested in doing that, tune into the next video where we'll do that. Remember, doing things yourself allows you to save money, and it also allows you to be free. See you in the next project.